Hello people of the internet. Today we are going to work on some broken redirects from our servers to Pulp, and we are also going to take a look at downloading RPM packages from the Copper in general, because I may have been pointed to a better solution than we used in our code that we wrote maybe a month ago. So maybe we will refactor some of our code using some better approaches. We will see. I'm not exactly sure where it will lead us. So yeah, let's start with that. So first of all, this is our starting point. This is the task that I'm supposed to do this week. One of the tasks, of course, and we basically need to make sure the Pulp team is able to switch to use Packet. Packet needs to switch to use Pulp as the backend for their build results. So that's the goal. And if we take a look at the migration schedule here, it's clearly the thing that is supposed to be done next, right? So this is the task. Set the default storage for all new Packet projects to Pulp. This is a new one. We can do that one very shortly. Pavel is working on that right now. Also, before we can set this, we need to make sure that the testing farm, which was the blocker for us the last time, is ready to do this. Because when we switched this maybe a month ago, and we promptly switched back because testing farm wasn't ready for that. So let me add a new row here to make sure. What did I do just now? I want this, right? And we want to make sure testing farm can download the results from Pulp. I think this is good enough. We will not add the date. Well, basically it's just ASAP, right? So okay, I discussed this with the testing farm team today, and they are actually not using the Copper CLI download command for that. They use their own code, and they actually use this get build packages function from our client. So what I want to do right now is to take a look at, check this out, our Copper CLI main, and we have this action, right? This action download build. So this is called when we do something like this, but download build and some number, right? So if we take the build number here, this will download the results. I want to jump maybe to TMP. Because I don't want to pollute my Git repository with the Copper project, so we will run the command from here, but that doesn't really matter. So if we take this command, I will put it here. It should download the files, hopefully. Takes weirdly a lot of time. Not sure what is going on right now. But what is it supposed to be doing is first querying the API, and then for every chroot, it should use wget to download all the files there. So by there, I mean here. So it should download these, but then it should also figure out, hey, this is a project that stores results in Pulp, therefore we need to download the results JSON, this one, right, which contains information about package name, package version, release, and so on. And then it should construct the file names from this, and then download them from Pulp directly, right? So kind of, oh, it finally finished. Okay, it just has too many chroots. If we do find on this one, we can see, yes, it has all the files that we have seen in the browser, but it also contains this one, no arch RPM and source RPM. Those are not here. Those were downloaded by this chunk of code, by this one, right? So I think we should rewrite this maybe using a I think we should try to rewrite this using the get build packages function, and instead of downloading the result JSON, and I'm curious if it will continue work or not. One thing we are going to do is I guess this one, right? Yeah. I want to download only some chroot, because otherwise it just took too long to download, right? So we'll limit this only to Fedora 43 x86 64. Yeah, this is much faster. If we find again, yeah, we have the same result, so great. Let's try to use that function. So we have self client. Okay. So maybe here after the Pulp, or let's do it immediately. Let's do it here. Let's do results, I guess, equals self client build proxy dot, and this is get build packages, with the args build ID. Do we want to call this results, or do we want to call this, yeah, maybe we want to call this results. maybe. Anyway, what if we just comment this out and put a debugger here? Okay, we are in the debugger. What is results? It's some munch. Results packages are not there because we need to access the chroot first. Check this out. If we do dict, so we can see it better like this. So it is always a chroot name and then packages. So chroot name, we have it in some loop here, right? Yeah, we are inside of a loop that is for every chroot in build chroots. So we should have, chroot available like this. So if we try something like cannot use munch as dict key, what results? Results chroot. Oh, chroot is munch. We need chroot name. That's the problem. Name. Yeah, okay. Like this. Now, if we just kill this, remove everything, and try again, will this work or not? It does actually. That's cool. That's really cool. We definitely want to use this, don't we? Instead of downloading the file and then stuff, right? Parsing it and so on. So that would be better. We need to. So we are doing some results JSON. Yeah, this here. We also need to download so that we know what file names to download for Pulp. We can remove this one. And we can remove this. That was a good catch by the testing farm team and by Miro specifically. Miro Vatkerti. Yeah, that was a really good catch. I didn't know, or I used to know, but I probably forgot that we have this get build packages function. So yeah, very good catch there. So I guess we can git status. Where are we? Rich colors. Okay. Git stash. Git checkout main. Git pull rebase. Git checkout B. Pulp download. Part 2. Git stash pop. Right. Okay, we should probably commit this, so not this one. Yeah, the problem here is what's very unfortunate, that we need to do one more request. We need to do one more request. So basically, we are requesting. Basically, we are requesting the build information first, then we are requesting build chroots, inside of that build. Then we are requesting information about the project. We need to figure out if it's in Pulp or not. Then we are requesting the results. So that's too many requests before we even start downloading anything. But I mean, what can we do? However, maybe we can get rid of this one. Yeah, because check this out. We are, well, maybe we probably cannot. We probably cannot because we need the, like, we know the chroot name out of, let me show you. So if we run this again here, if we run this again, we have the chroot name, right? But we could also do pp results keys, get the first one, for example. We need to convert that to list, I think. Yeah, so we could iterate over the keys there, so that would be fine. The problem is we also need the results URL, and that's what? Chroot results URL. A result URL. That's this one. And now this points to the package itself. Oh yes, because the build chroots are build chroots, not just chroots or copper chroots. It's build chroots. So yeah, okay. We probably could construct this out of something, but that's too risky, kind of. So maybe let's not do that. And we can move this here so that at least this is not requested when the project doesn't store results in Pulp. So the request will sometimes be there, sometimes not. I guess that's, yeah, I don't know if we can do anything else. So this is a decent simplification, I would say. Once again, thank you, Miro. That was, yeah, I completely missed that. So CLI use to figure out a result, figure out package Nevras, right? I think this is good. We should also take a look. Do we have a test? Do we have a so-called beaker test in our code base, but it's meant to be more like an end-to-end test? Do we have end-to-end test for this? So down beaker tests, sanity here, and somewhere here in this directory should be a test for downloading stuff. Do we have that or not? If we git grep download build in beaker, no, tests, beaker tests, yeah, sanity like this. Okay, so we are downloading stuff. Fedora review. Build tag. Okay, so we have many tests for download build. We don't specifically have test for downloading build, for downloading builds from a project that is inside of Pulp. Okay, do we want to add that or not? I'm not sure. Anyway, I don't know. Let's try once again if it works. Yeah, it really works actually. It really works. The thing is, I don't want to add many tests that are specifically to Pulp because then we would duplicate absolutely every test that we have right now, and we would have it twice. That's not something we want actually. We just want to test the minimal case, I would say, the minimal use cases, and then once we switch every project, it would be automatically tested, right? So I don't know. I don't know. I don't think we will add specific tests for this. So what next? We confirmed that this works. So the Pulp team will be, the package team will be happy about this because they use that. The testing farm team will be happy about this because they use that as well. Now, we just finished a half of the problem because they don't use this code. They don't use this Copper CLI command, this Copper CLI download build command. They actually don't do that. They implement it on their own, and therefore they use the get build packages to figure out the nevras, but then they are downloading. Oh yes, then they are downloading. And the problem is they are not downloading from here. So check this out. We have some URL, and I don't know what the base URL is actually. We will take a look, but I bet you this is a link direct. Well, I'm not sure what that is. However, we are specifying /packages/letter/filename. So this is not a path that would be inside our backend. That's a path into Pulp actually. So if we go to Pulp results for this project, you can see it is base URL /chroot/packages/letter/filename, right? So this is a path to Pulp, but I guess we use Copper URL and then path that is supposed to be in Pulp. Is that it? Let me see. I'm curious. So if we run this again, we have a breakpoint and we print the URL. Yeah. This is really weird, right? This is really weird because this is a Copper, I mean, this is a CDN in AWS for our results. Okay. But this is a path on Copper backend server. However, this is a path on the Pulp, in the Pulp results. So a different server. So the URL is really weird and stupid. We shouldn't have composed it this way. We shouldn't have composed it this way. The redirect that we have must be incorrect, right? So what we would expect to hit would be something like if I take this, let me close this. So what can we do with this URL? Can we, I mean, if we curl information on it, that's probably okay. So this is a redirect. We would probably expect something like so this is the path on the backend, then the chroot, and then we would expect something like this here, right? So this doesn't work, or does it? We will see. However, so is this correct? So that's the CDN results, project name, I mean owner name, project name, chroot name, that's fine. Then there is the build number dash package name, chroot name dash build number dash package name, that's all fine. And then the source item. Yeah, this would be a correct URL previously. If we click this, it is not found. Yeah, because it redirects to here. It is correct. This is incorrect. This is incorrect. This is incorrect. So we will need to fix our redirect script, I guess. Let me open this and make sure it, yeah. Up until this point, this is correct. Now let's take a look at the redirect, I guess. So the redirect script is inside of an Ansible repository, which deploys it to the server. So we would have to change it locally, deploy, see if it works or not, and again and again. The problem is we would have to push on every change and so on, so that's completely out of the question. So we will SSH to the server, we will manually modify the script, and once we have a working solution, we will copy paste the changes to the repository and commit the changes. So that's our plan. And we need to get to the server and to the right file. So this will be fun. Let's do SSH. So it is on the Copper backend. We will do this on Copper backend. Oh yeah, that's another problem. We were working with the production so far. We need to do it on staging so that we can test the changes. So let's go to the staging backend server, and then we will need to adjust our reproducer. But since we are here, now where is the script? I think it is inside of etc http, no, light httpd. Pulp redirect Lua. Is this the one? I think so. So I think this is the redirect script. I will open it in my Emacs, ideally, hopefully, I'm not sure. So Trump menu. That's the first problem. I don't have the code loaded. Shoot. Trump menu here, eval buffer. Okay, now Trump menu. Copper dev AWS. We see some shell. What's the what? Again, Trump menu here. Now, okay, we are opening the shell. I don't know why Trump is so slow, but it is. I cannot figure out why, but yeah. Anyway, it's still more comfortable than using like Vim directly in the on the server. So we want to edit this file. So we will open this file. Okay, this is the so in my Emacs locally, I'm editing the file on the server, right? So that's cool. The thing is, now we need to adjust our reproducer here because we are querying the production server. So let's jump to a copper staging. By the way, there is a broken font. It looks disgusting because we were testing some pull request regarding font sizes and somebody left it broken. Doesn't really matter. Let's do copper dev, so we have the same project name. Yeah, this is a bit slow, but okay. I think we can close these. We can close all of these so that we don't have too many stuff open. I mean, what the hell is going on? The staging machine is of course slower than the production one, and it has the same database dump, not the same database. I mean live database, but the dump is the same. So it's too old. No. Is it not sorted yet, or what? Okay, so the dump is just old. Okay, that's too old. The results won't be there, unfortunately. We need to find a better reproducer. Maybe some of my projects will be in Pulp. I don't know, for example, this one. This should probably have the package in Pulp, I guess. It's too old. God, okay. Let's submit some build. Let's submit some build. So we will create, okay, copper create test pulp redirect would be fine. Project name shroud will be Fedora 40 3x8664, and we will need to specify that we want to create it in staging, not in production, right? So we need to specify a config that is copper.staging here. You don't have something like this on your machine probably, but because you don't need a staging machine, but yeah, I have configs for all the instances. Anyway, if we submit a new build, we will do this git and we will do copper CLI, submit this. Now we need to wait until this finishes and then we can download the results. How will we download the results? So there will be a different owner name, so that will be Frostix. The project name will be test pulp redirect. Shroud will be the same. Build number will be this. Then there will be some package name. We don't know which one yet. We will figure it out later. And we also need to change the host name, because that was a production CDN. We will need to use either staging CDN or, better yet, not a CDN at all, so that nothing is cached and it's easier to test. So copper B dev, this is the backend host name without CDN, so we will try that one. Okay, this works. So this is a functioning URL, and I'm just so stupid, right? Because I'm just so stupid. We created the project and we didn't specify we want it to be in Pulp. So we need to do that again. Let's create another and specify storage equals Pulp. So we have a new project now. This one will have its results in Pulp. The default is not Pulp yet, so the previous project wasn't in Pulp. So once again, copper CLI, we are submitting the build. Okay, so this is our new build. We can close this, can close also this. We can take this build ID, put it here. Okay. Now let's wait. In the previous one, if we open the results, there was this file, right? So if we put this, but this is the new, if we do the previous build number, which was which was 65, this will work. Yep. Okay. So we basically did query on this package. If we increment the build ID and change the project name, it should work exactly the same, right? But it will not. It created a redirect. Let's wait for this to finish, because of course the redirect won't exist just yet. This is of course not found, but yeah, there is no way it could be found since the build didn't finish it. So we need to wait. The thing is, it will not be found. It will still be 404 even after the build finishes, because the redirect is broken. And that's what we are here to fix today. So we know the build should take a very short time, and then we will try again. I have too many links here. I don't know what the stuff is, so let me close everything. Okay, this finished. If we run the curl again, it redirects to something, but I can immediately see from the link it will not work. It redirects to the incorrect place. Now, now we need to take a look at the redirect. So whenever we open this URL, this script is triggered, and what it does main, okay, function main. So it gets the URL, it splits it. If it is less slashes than 5, it returns, which means if it's less than 5, somebody should have put a comment here, but if it's less than 5, so what is 5? It's owner project chroot. Okay, so owner project chroot. We can construct full name here. Colons are in case of copper dirs, that's fine. If colon, then we do some stuff. And then we check if the line is in file, which means, is this a Pulp project? Should we redirect? If yes, then we redirect. So a lot of stuff, but we basically need to focus only on redirect URL. Yeah. So we redirect to Pulp URL. So the Pulp URL, this is the one where can be the problem, nothing else. Now, what the Pulp URL does. By the way, I don't know Lua, so it's not easy for me to read. But yeah, Lua is kind of like, it's not that hard to read, but it will be harder to write. Anyway, so if the path starts with /results, then Then what? We are removing the slash? Okay. Then we have URL, which is pulp content URL. That's fine. What's pulp content URL? It's this. Okay, that's fine. Pulp content URL, and then oh, I see. I see. So this is also fine. This is just removing. This is just making sure there is one trailing slash, no more. Yeah, that's fine. The problem is probably here, because we are using URL, which is pulp URL, and then putting copper path there, but it shouldn't be the copper path, should it? It should be... What the this cannot... This is really weird. This is really weird. So you would expect, right, to put the if we go here and go to pulp results, so you would expect to put the chroot there, and then the packages, and then this, I guess. By the way, do we have some limitation on what files this triggers on? I think this triggers on only RPMs and maybe XML files or something like that, because that's... Yeah, I don't think we redirect anything else. Redirect. Yeah, so we match XML files and RPM files and use that redirect script for them. Okay. Okay. If we have a pulp project and enable a repository for it, I'm still confused why we did the redirect that way before we start changing it, because we must have had a reason for that. If I open the repo file, it looks like this. Then I don't understand, probably. Because we point to, like, to this, and a chroot there, so by the way, there isn't repo files. Is it just incorrectly cached, or let's use it, the URL without CDN. No. Oh my god, I'm useless today. I wanted this URL, right? I wanted this one. No, the repo data isn't here. They shouldn't be. They shouldn't be since it is in Pulp. Okay, so that would mean the redirect works. I think the redirect works for the repo data because the repo data is missing here. Therefore, it would be redirected to the Pulp results, which is like the path is chroot, right? Or I mean, the path is this, let's say, even. If we go to Pulp, this is Pulp, we can see we are inside of Frostix and test Pulp redirect. So that's that. We open the chroot, so now I can match the URL. So, and the repo data is here. So the repo data is, I think, successfully redirected. And then, if you use DNF enable some project, DNF copper enable some project, the repo data is successfully redirected. And then those redirected repo data are used and they point to the packages here, so it works. But redirects for the RPMs are broken, but we didn't notice probably because they are not used actually. I think that's the problem. And I know how to verify the problem. So check this out. We can let's open another terminal and let's run docker run 8 Fedora 43 bash. So we are inside of a container. We will enable this project just to make sure it works. DNF copper enable, we will need to, however, specify that we want staging help. Yeah, the help is broken, which is beautiful. I don't know how the hubs are supposed to work. Let's do hub. Can we use this as a hub? Can't parse. Where is it? etc DNF. If we do grep r hub in re or copper, beautiful. So no, I guess in this documentation it is not mentioned. Yeah. Copper. Let's do DNF 5 copper enable hop defaults too. Okay, so maybe without the HTTPS. Ah, that was it. Okay, if we now do dnf install copper CLI, it should install from that staging instance. It should, because we didn't do any. Oh, it goes from updates. Well, if we open the etcum repos d and this file and put priority equals, I don't know, what's the default? Let's do 50 and do again. It should maybe now pick up. Yeah, Copper CLI is being installed from that staging project. So we will install. It's successfully installed because we now have the copper command. So this worked. Now let's break the redirect or disable the redirect for the RPMs and leave only the redirect for XMLs. So we are going to edit the light httpd conf, and we have this, right? So that I don't have to do any whatever fixes to the regex, let me just put multiple m's here to not match actually the RPM. So this is good enough, right? If we go to the server SSH and we will system still restart a light HTTP service, I'm not sure what is going on. I'm pressing enter. No. Okay, so we restarted the light HTTPD. Now we should still see the results. They shouldn't disappear. Okay, light HTTP works. However, when we now try to curl this, which previously returned the redirect, now it shouldn't. Now it's 404. Great. So we successfully broke the redirect for RPMs. But our theory is it was already broken. We just broke it differently or second time. So we can do the same experiment we did previously. Now we open a new container and we try to enable the project. So what is the command we use to enable it? This one. Okay, I enabled the project. We needed to add the priority, right? repos d, this one. Priority equals 50. Install copper CLI, and I am going to bet you that this will actually install the package, even though the redirect doesn't work at all now. It's basically disabled. The redirect for the RPMs, not the redirect for the repo itself. So we are installing from the staging machine, not from the Fedora repositories. Install. Yep, we trust this. Copper. Yep. Okay, so we figured the problem out, or at least we figured out where the problem is. Yeah, we figured out where the problem is. Now, let's change this back and restart the light once again. I don't know why it restarts for so long. Anyway, if we go back to the redirect. So what we need to do now, and we will start, but we will not finish it in this video because I will have to go soon on a meeting. But what we need to do is here, this piece works perfectly fine for, how do you write comments in Lua? It's double dash. So where it is here. So this piece, this works perfectly for the XML redirects, but we need to do special stuff for RPM redirects. Which is, by the way, all we need for backward compatible repositories on, I mean, for which is, let's do it differently, which is, by the way, all we need for DNF copper enable. Yeah, that's, and installing packages. So okay, but we need to do special stuff for RPM redirects. What do I mean by special stuff? We need to replace where do we have something useful? This, we need to replace this with I guess this is it. Yeah. So this is what we need to replace. Now the unfortunate part is we have the URL here, but we don't have it split anymore. We had it split here. That was nice. So should we just do something like this again? Let's do let's do split equals this, and we will pick, so fifth one is the chroot name, so the sixth one needs to be this, right? So the sixth one is interesting for us. And also we are interested in the suffix of that file name. So do we have some suffix what ends, is there ends with function in Lua? Lua doesn't have a built-in ends with function, so we need to do something like this. String split, line and file. Okay, you know what? We will just take this function and put it here. Into our helper functions. There's too many spaces, we use only two. So I guess this is fine. I don't know. If it's empty, then we return empty, or we return str. I don't need this actually. I'm just fine with this. I don't know, like, why wouldn't it tell me just this function? So str sub equals, let's do RPM. How do we write conditions here? We do if, then end. Cool. So let's do something like this. And how do we print information? Do we have print function? Do we have echo function? Do we... I think we have some print function. Lua print. Okay, we have standard print function. Cool. So we can print. We are. This is RPM. This is RPM. And we can then print the split, which this is not a split actually. We are naming it incorrectly. This is a, let's do foo, I mean whatever. We will rename it afterward. Now we don't have to restart the light HTTP, I think, to apply the Lua. We just need to tailf var log light HTTPD breakage. I think it is in breakage. Now if we try to curl now, it's 500, which means it is not in breakage. We have full-on error probably. Error log. Yeah, Lua is broken in global pulp. Attempt index at a nil value. Oh, we don't have URI. Jesus. String split. We have URL, right? Now again. 500. Okay, sure. In global pulp URL. We are then removing this. 500. Okay, I'm starting to think we need to restart the light HTTPD service. This is way too long. I mean, come on. We have 5 minutes. And I want to at least apply the change. Maybe light HTTPD reload would be faster and work just as well. Not sure. So let's tail again. And if we try this, it's 500. We still have an error. Okay, so maybe we don't have to reload. Maybe we are just dumb and have some stupid... Oh, 70. Here is the problem. Here is the problem. So the suffix... Oh yeah, I copy-pasted it without thinking. Stupid me, right? The suffix is a variable name here, so I suppose this is the str is a variable name. I see. So we need to do URL sub. Now minus suffix. What is... We could match actually. That's fine too. But what's this? To take last characters of the string. Ah, I see. I see. So we can do... Okay. So we can do -4 basically. This is what we are trying to do. Now we redirect it. Okay. This is RPM. Okay. If we get this again, we tail and we redirect again. This is RPM and public copper stage. So we definitely parse the incorrect stuff from here. But that's fine. We got this condition working, and yeah, we need to continue here, but I need to run on a meeting. So this is definitely where this will end. I'm not sure if the next part is going to be done on a video or not, but basically I'm going to replace this part of the URL with this part of the URL, and that's it. That should fix all of the problems we were like exploring today. So yeah, I'm not sure. We will see, but if this is what the fix will look like. Anyway, thank you all for watching. This one was a little bit complicated and weird. I feel very like I don't feel that good about it, but Yeah, okay, it is what it is. Anyway, see you next time. Bye bye.